Yo, what's up, Earth? It's P.
Hold up, wait a minute, all good just a week ago. Crew at my house, and we party every weekend. So on the radio, that's my favorite song. Make me bounce around like I don't know, like I won't be here long. Now the thrill is gone.
I just need to look this way real quick. I just need to look this way. I just need to look this way. You know, I need to, oh, there's something, I think there must be something on my, I'm just making sure I look okay, you know. No, I'm just making sure I look all right, you know. Oh, you're wondering where I got my jacket from? Well, I don't mean to brag, but it's kind of like part of my own clothing line that I'm launching on June 19th. Yeah, like it's not even a big deal. Like it's not that big of a deal. June 19th, The Nightmare clothing drops. June 19th, we're starting out with the reflective lined hoodies. I'll insert some pictures or a video or something right here. But as you can see, I'm just grinning because this is so exciting. I'm starting a clothing line. What the heck? I'm still working out the final few details for it right now, which is why it's not out. But I'm so proud of this one, y'all. This color actually will not be sold. The purple that will be sold is this one right here, this darker purple. So as you can see, it has the Nightmare logo on it. And then on the back, this is one of the this is one of the demos that I tried to do, so it's a little wonky. But then we have the hands on the back, but on the new version it's like smaller. Overall it has the same content. Then on the inside of the hoodie, it is lined with this reflective material from First Sight. It just looks like, you know, a regular purple inside hoodie, just a little shiny. Like the light right now is giving it a little bit of a that iridescent vibe, but once you take a picture, it's a different story. Today's video, I've never done anything like it before. It's gonna be just a random chit chat topic video. I want to just talk to you guys about like my opinions on certain things, basically, because I feel like as a person, you guys don't necessarily know me. Like, you see me in the vlogs and whatnot, and I just do weird stuff. But like my opinions on things, I want you guys to get to know me on a little bit of a deeper level. Even though these are just random topics, I love to talk about random topics. So I asked my Instagram if they wanted to hear a random chit chat video, and they responded yes. And then I said, well, what do you want me to talk about? They gave me a list, y'all. If you're not following me, be sure to follow me at Perris Mykel on Instagram. So I do have some pizza with me because I am hungry and I needed to film. And why not do like a slight mukbang? It's not really a mukbang, but I am gonna be eating. If you don't like it, keep watching. This smack though. I made this pizza. I got the crust from the store and the cheese and the pepperoni or whatever, and I put it all together. And a high key smack. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first topic that I have is UFOs. Recently, I think I heard something about like, I don't remember what I heard. I thought I heard something about like UFOs, like NASA talked about like UFOs are real or something like that, or is that parallel universes? Let me look. Oh yeah, so it said that the Navy says oh wait, what year is that? Okay, this is this year. The Navy says UFOs are real. Are they little green people? Unlikely. This isn't necessarily UFOs, but it is UFOs. For me, like, I never pictured aliens to be little green people. Like, when they show that on movies and things, I mean, it's Hollywood. Like, that's Hollywood version. If I think of an alien, because I do believe, like, low-key that aliens are like, no, I high-key know No, I high-key believe that aliens are real. It's like you can call them aliens, but they probably call us aliens. And the fact that we haven't necessarily discovered them, like even if they are in Area 51, like people say that they are, us as humans, like just regular people, haven't seen like aliens, if you know what I'm talking about. They are smart enough or intelligent enough to be able to avoid the human race, because they know good and well that if they interact with us and we find out that they're aliens, like it's over for them. Like everything, their life as they know it, it's done. I don't think that they're little green people. I think that they're us. I do. I think that they're higher intelligent versions of humans. Maybe they have an extra eye, maybe they have 3 hands, but I don't think that they look like a bug or like something that we haven't seen before. I don't think that they eat our food. I honestly don't. I can't think of what they would eat, because if aliens are coming from space, I don't know much about space, but I'm pretty sure there's no like animals for them to eat up there. So I'm also pretty sure there's no way you can grow vegetables and fruits and stuff. So maybe they're cannibals. Maybe they eat dirt. You can't get enough nutrients from dirt, but then again, they're aliens, so you don't know exactly what kind of nutrients they need in the first place. I think that a lot of the UFOs that people see in the sky, or they claim like it's a light going through the sky, I don't know what it is, but I don't think that it's a UFO. I think it's something else, or I think it's somewhat a figment of imagination. I take it back, this pizza's kind of nasty. It's better when you get a bite of the pepperoni. But yeah, they're not little green people, and the UFOs that people claim to see, I don't think that they're really UFOs. I think it's something else, or maybe a distraction, but not UFOs. I think they're smart enough to stay away. Maybe accidentally they entered Earth's atmosphere. I believe if another life form is to exist beyond us, that they would kind of have the same restrictions as us. Like, this is not me not being imaginative, but it's also me being realistic. We can't just go into space without a spacesuit. So even if aliens exist, like for sure, I feel like they would only be able to survive in their environment unless they have spacesuits for them to be able to come into Earth, go out into space. Old throwback TV shows. Recently, I've been binge watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm still on season 1, and there's like 6 seasons, so I'm so excited because every episode I am dying laughing. I love The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air so much, and I loved it before I was able to watch it because I've been watching it on HBO Max or whatever, but I've never been able to watch it like consistently. They always show the same episodes on TV, and then you kind of get tired of it. But I'm definitely a sucker for old TV shows. I love the Wayans Bros. I love all that. Kenan and Kel. The list goes on and on, honestly, and I can't sit here and name every single one of them for you, but I am a sucker for old TV shows. They had more creative vibes. I would consider That's So Raven, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana as old TV shows, but then you have the really old TV shows like The Fresh Prince and what is a really old show that I like? Let me think. I'm not gonna go back to like Leave It to Beaver, because at one point I think I was watching Leave It to Beaver, but that was mostly because of my grandma. The Golden Girls, that's the song just started playing in my head, so that's another old TV show. Gilmore Girls. Again, the list goes on and on, but they had more creative storylines when these shows were being made, which is why they're such classic old shows. And with today's TV, they often just copy those, which I understand you can't always come up with a new idea, but to continuously repeat the same ideas is just, come on bro, like you really can't think of nothing else? Really? And I somewhat love old movies too. I think that I don't watch as much movies as I probably could, but if a movie makes me laugh, it makes me laugh. Right now, my favorite movies are Jumanji, both the 1 and 2. The new versions, not the old version. I've seen the old version with Robin Williams, but I didn't like that one. I definitely like the new Jumanjis with Dwayne. Do you call him Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or do you say Dwayne Johnson? Because that just sounds wrong. The ones with The Rock. I can't really think of any old movies that I like because I don't necessarily go back to watch old movies. I watch new movies that I missed, but I've seen some of the basics. I've seen all the Fridays. What movies haven't I seen? Because I haven't seen a lot of movies that are super classic. I know what's gonna get y'all. I've never seen the Bad Boys movies in its entirety. The same thing goes for Fast and Furious. These aren't that old necessarily, but they're classic, you know. When I was growing up, I wasn't necessarily interested, and even around the time that I could be, I was watching Hannah Montana, iCarly. I've seen bits and pieces of all the movies. I know what happens at the end of Bad Boys 2, you know, when they're on the beach. I just know certain parts of the movie. Oh, I've never seen Love and Basketball. You guys are gonna be like, Perris, what? You never seen Love and Basketball? No, I haven't. I haven't seen Poetic Justice. I've seen bits and pieces of The Help. I've seen The Wiz. I haven't seen Boys in the Hood. Never seen The Godfather, Pulp Fiction. I've seen bits and pieces of the Titanic. The Matrix, I keep wanting to watch that one, but I haven't seen The Matrix because I really do want to watch that because it's what's going on right now. And I mean, it's been going on. Never seen Avatar. Never seen Avatar. Aren't the movies like 3 hours long? Like, who has time for that? This isn't even an old movie. I still haven't seen Endgame. I saw the one before that, which is, I don't even, but I found out what happens, which is why I never ended up watching it, but I need to watch it for myself, but it's so long. Never seen any of the Star Wars. I've seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I've seen Home Alone. Haven't seen Jaws. I've seen E.T., The Wizard of Oz, Ghostbusters. I've seen the Ghostbusters. I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings. I've seen a couple Harry Potters, not all of them. I've seen Forrest Gump, bits and pieces of Jurassic Park. Oh, you know a movie everybody, like I feel like every dude is like, have you seen Fight Club? Like, no, I have not seen Fight Club before. And I've seen a couple of the Rockies. I feel like that's a good list of movies that you swear everybody and their mama have seen. I haven't seen them. I hope you guys don't like bash me. Honestly, it's too late to catch up at this point. Maybe one day I'll just sit down and just watch every single movie that I've never seen. That's the video concept. I'll get back to you. Do I want to watch it though? Anyway, on top of just the overall creativity aspect of old TV shows, I love seeing where celebrities now came from. I just keep referring to the Fresh Prince, but for me, Will Smith is like, he's so funny. Even today, like, Will Smith is not that old, but he's still hilarious. He still has Fresh Prince all in him today with all these years of everything that he's done. And the fact that he was able to make such a successful show, like, if you've ever heard the story of how the Fresh Prince came to be, you know that it wasn't supposed to be. It says in 1989, a year after he and DJ Jazzy Jeff unloaded their breakout hit Parents Just Don't Understand, he was in serious debt to the United States Treasury Bureau of Internal Revenue. Smith had no flow and needed a gig bad.
I meet Benny and he pitches me the idea for this show, and I'm like, you know, I'm not an actor. I'm like, cool. And he says, hey, you know, I want you to meet Quincy Jones.
This speech is not good. I was hyping myself up. It's not good. My next topic is mermaids. This falls along with the alien category. Oh no, it doesn't, because I don't think that mermaids exist. To have a half human, half fish live underwater. But the way that it's presented in Hollywood and stories, it just doesn't make sense to have a half fish, half person just living. Like, they have like normal hair and stuff. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Does that mean that they're like hollow inside beside their heart because the lung situation? Technically, fish breathe from their gills, don't they? Mermaids are just one thing that I don't know. No. Does this chair go any higher? If the world ends. What would I do if the world started ending? Like, if it started right now, if the world is ending, I really can't do anything about it. Like, if the world ends, I'd rather just not run. What am I running from? I'd rather just stay here and if there's a chance that I will survive, if it's just like we have the biggest earthquake in California, if we have like a San Andreas thing going on, then I'm gonna call The Rock. The heck? I feel like a lot of people would say that though. They would say that I'm gonna call The Rock. Dude, The Rock had a storyline. He cannot help us. I think if the world is to end, that's something that you have to deal with in the moment. This is hard. If the world started ending right now, I try to stay with my family as much as possible. We definitely grab Batman, my phone. I would expect that electricity would go out at some point, but I would still grab my charger, some lip gloss, some pants, and my Air Force Ones. It's kind of hard to run in them. So I might have to choose between my Air Force Ones and my Vapor Maxes. But my Vapor Maxes, like, they squeeze my feet sometimes too much and it's uncomfortable. And I don't want to be uncomfortable while the world is ending, but my Air Force Ones have a lot of room and like breathing space. So in the moment I would be like, do I want to run? Do I want to look good? Do I want to run? Do I want to look good? I want to look good, but I do want to run. But my shoes, my black shoes, these are nice. I'd grab a bag of some sort, some grocery bag, a backpack. I would try to grab a backpack as fast as I can. But if that's not the case, it's way easier for me to grab a grocery bag and I just try to throw as much stuff that I need in there, like, you know, my toothbrush and stuff. If the world is ending, at this point, I don't care about my hair. It can stay like this for all I care. Like, it's really old and really dirty right now. I have my bandana, which will serve some purpose at some point. I know it will. I'm wearing my hoodie right now, which is reflective. It's reflective. So that's gonna do a lot of good being seen at night. Yes, it's gonna do great for being seen at night. Or bad. It could go either way, honestly. Aw, look at the puppy. He's so cute. Batman! Hi, Batman! He's looking at me crazy. I would look at me crazy too if I was my dog. I would look at me crazy if I was Batman. If I switch places with Batman, I don't know how to act because he's technically not held accountable for a lot of his actions. He messes up all the rugs in the house when he runs. He can just bark at the mailman and the delivery people. He barks at everything. Batman barks at motorcycles, the mailman, the TV. We'd be like, shut up, Batman, shut up. He don't listen. He don't care. Batman is a big ball of I don't care. Why is my whole family outside right now? Why? I'm trying to film. I would try to get in contact with my top 3 people that I care about the most. Besides my family, because I know that my parents would already be trying to handle that. I would try to get in contact with my friends that I care about the most because I need to know that they're okay. And honestly, they all live really close to me. So I would just try to see like what their game plan is because I feel like the more people that we would have during this time, the better. It's like the whole Walking Dead thing. If there's a zombie apocalypse, the more people we have against zombies or the world ending, the better. Now, if the coronavirus people started coming back as zombies, if they said, oh, somebody died from coronavirus and came back, that's when I would start believing the world is finna end. Because if people can come back from dying like that, we're in big trouble. You know what's gonna end the world? Climate change. That's what's gonna end the world. Especially because people don't take it seriously. Just like the people who weren't taking this whole coronavirus seriously. What was the stupid stuff they were saying? They were like, my body, my choice. That only applies to abortion. And that is also my view on abortion. Pro-choice. But I'm not gonna get into that because that's a hefty topic. That's a topic for a whole like separate video. I actually did a documentary on abortion in last year, 10th grade. But climate change will probably kill the world before anything. Our numbers for carbon emissions are increasing. The greenhouse gases, you know, they trap. And I just ate a pepperoni, so we're actually learning about climate change right now. I already knew previous information about climate change, but that didn't stop me from eating meat. My dad is vegan. He doesn't do it for climate change. He does it for his own personal reasons. Me and my mom, we're not vegan. Personally, I'm not a big fan of vegan food. There's some places that are really good, like this place in West Hollywood, I think it's West Hollywood, called Doomies. They're all vegan and their food is delicious. There's also the Veggie Grill, and they have some really good, vegan food there too. It's like fast vegan food, but not fast vegan food. Do you understand? They make their tacos A1. A freaking one. I believe it's because I'm so used to meat that my taste buds have a hard time adapting to vegan meat, which isn't meat. Not necessarily on purpose, but I'm very aware of how much beef that I eat, because beef is the biggest meat problem as far as climate change. But even before I really knew anything about climate change, a lot of it had to do with the fact that it can make me nauseous a lot of the times. So when I go to Carl's Jr., I'll get a Beyond Meat burger, and it's not that bad as long as you don't eat it cold. That's the one thing about vegan food. You cannot eat it cold and you cannot warm it up. Like that's just something that I don't know how to get around. If you eat it cold, it's gross, period. But I often pick a Beyond Meat burger because they're pretty good, and that's not to say that I don't eat regular burgers when I go to BJ's or In-N-Out, but I don't eat it as much as I would eat chicken, or honestly just chicken. Like chicken's my only other thing, I think, and I don't even really like chicken like that. My mom has cooked chicken me out. I'm done. Although I'm still eating meat, me choosing chicken over beef is still better in the long run for what is climate change. Although I'm still eating meat, me picking chicken over beef is still better for climate change because of a whole bunch of scientific details. Like, I'll pull up a statistic for y'all just because I'm trying to educate y'all. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to see my kids and those kids. By swapping beef for a poultry-based product just once a day, an individual can reduce their dietary carbon footprint by around 48%. Simply eating chicken rather than beef could cut the average American dietary carbon footprint in half. 48%. Do you really want a steak that bad? Turkey burgers? Those also smack. I was asked, do I think we're living in a simulation? Simulation. Yes. People have been talking about this whole main character stuff, and I'm not a main character. I know that. I think that I'm gonna get a spinoff just based on the stuff that's happening at this moment in my life. I think it's so funny that I laugh at myself when I'm talking to the camera, because there's nobody here laughing with me. Like, you guys are probably on the other side of the screen, like, and I'm just over here like This is another reason why I wanted to see The Matrix, because I wanted to see how similar it is to the events of this world. They put us in really crazy situations. Like, currently right now they're rioting for George Floyd, and I have mixed opinions about that. They're setting things on fire that don't need to be set on fire. They're looting places that don't need to be looted, that have nothing to do with anything, which is the problem. I'm not saying that it needs to be peaceful, because us being peaceful has gotten us nowhere, but they also haven't introduced a plan of what they want from these protests. They're just destroying things and not really saying what they want. They want justice, they want peace, but how? What are the steps to implement the justice that you want? For what? Like, what is the mission? What are you trying to get to? What are you asking for? Coronavirus kind of just snuck up on us. They put Americans in a situation where we are stuck at home. We can't even go to school, can't go to work, can't even see our friends. We are isolated with our household, which ultimately has never happened before to any of us. This is something that I hope that my kids don't have to go through, because they shouldn't. When we're released seriously from our lockdown restrictions, things need to be solved so that when I have children, they can go to school all 4 years of high school. I got my junior year cut short, and I feel really bad for the seniors of the class of 2020, because that would suck. If we go back and they tell us that class of 2021 isn't having a prom, graduation, grad night. They're not gonna tell us that because we're gonna have a prom, graduation, and grad night. You got this messed up if you think that's the case. You need to get it solved right now, because this is it. This is the only class that's not gonna do that. I'm going. I went to prom once, and I didn't even get to go to any after parties, which is so boring because the prom was so boring. The food was good though. I'm not gonna cap on you. So I believe whoever's behind this simulation continuously puts us in situations where they're monitoring what we're doing. For what? I don't know. I don't think that I'm a main character. I think that one other person, I'm not gonna say who they are, but I think that this one other person is the main character and I'm in their story, but I'm gonna get a spinoff, so it's okay. You can honestly just tell when you're not the main character. It's just, let me explain this main character concept to you really quick, because I've said this before and people don't know what it means. It started on TikTok like, oh, if you have slants in your wall, like, you're the main character. But I don't think everybody who has slants in their wall is the main character. I think you just know when you're the main character of the story, of the storyline, based on the things that happen to you, what goes on around you. Being a main character just means you are the story, kinda. And there's a couple main characters, there's multiple main characters worldwide, because duh, why would there just be one main character? That just, it doesn't work like that. It's those people who are the focus of the simulation. That's such a weird word. Simulation, yeah. It's these people who are the focus of this simulation test, or just like coronavirus. So when coronavirus was introduced, it's like, okay, boom, coronavirus. What are all these different main characters doing in terms of just like how is coronavirus affecting them? How are they it's complicated. And because I say that I'm getting a spinoff, it's like they were monitoring me with the other main character, and then they were like, oh, this girl deserves her own movie. I do. I really do. I'm hardworking. And I never get any credit for it. I'm just kidding. I get credit where it counts, like my 4.0 GPA. So yeah, I do believe we're living in a simulation. Simulation! Ugh! Carlos asked, he said, what if you were a giraffe, but a small giraffe, and other giraffes didn't like you? Forget the haters, bro. If I was a small giraffe, in reality, I would die because I wouldn't be able to reach the food that I need. But let's just say I can eat and I'm just living life as a small giraffe. Wait, how do baby giraffes get food? Do the moms feed it to them? Or can they reach can baby giraffes reach the top of the tree? Baby giraffes begin eating within the first hour of life. For the first 4 to 6 months, the babies drink milk from their mother. After that time, the babies begin eating the leaves. If the babies cannot reach the trees with available leaves, mothers will pull the leaves off and feed it to the babies. If other giraffes didn't like me, like, so? I'm just a giraffe living in a giraffe world. All I gotta do is not die. I gotta eat and I die. I don't care about friends. The next topic I'm going to be covering is college. What about college? Let's see, what do I want to talk about? For me, ever since I was in elementary school, I've always wanted to go to college for a long time. I really wanted to go to USC, and then it was between USC and UCLA. And as I got older, I realized it's really hard to get into these schools despite your grades. You can have great grades, but it's still really hard to get into the school without significant extracurriculars and a whole bunch of other factors. Plus, they're super expensive. So I don't know if it was freshman year or sophomore year that I decided that I really wanted to go to LMU, which is a private. What is LMU? It's not a UC. Yeah, it's a private school. They have an acceptance rate of 52%, which is over half, and a graduation rate of 79%. It's in a really nice area, and they have this huge water fountain that I love to look at. It's also not that far from home, and I wouldn't mind going there. I'd like to graduate college. I'd like to graduate college with a bachelor's degree in film, but I think that the technical college term is communications. broadcasting and communications, maybe. I know that this is a top choice for a school that I want to go to, but I haven't necessarily done all my college research that maybe I should be doing. But then again, my senior year is wait, do I start applying to college in November? I need to do some college lockdown research stuff. My other choices for school, I have a list, let me go to it. My other choices for school are based on obtaining a film degree. That's what I want to go to college for. That's what I want to study, because ultimately I'd like to become a director and a writer and a producer. I'd like to do all the juicy stuff of the entertainment industry. In the long run, I'd like to have my own production company, which I think would be really dope. I think that's just an amazing way to put your mark on the world, to be able to produce films that inspire, films that are creative, films that are just So the other schools that I'm going to apply for are USC, UCLA, LMU, Chapman, CSUN, and Santa Barbara, which I believe are all pretty good schools, if I do say so myself. If I could choose like the dream school to go to, I don't know if I have one necessarily. I would love to go to UCLA with USC's film program. USC's film program is amazing. Every time that we've toured there for school and things, they always bring us towards like the film building and stuff, and they talk about just the opportunities that they get, and I think it's just really dope, and it's something that not all schools can offer for you. And if I'm to get into my top 3 schools, which is LMU, UCLA, and USC, like, I honestly don't know what I'm gonna pick. Probably still LMU. No, I don't even know. I don't know what I would pick. It would depend on the price, any scholarships that I get. You know, like just the stuff that it takes to pick a college you wanna go to. My whole studio is just falling apart right now, and that just made me mad. I've taken a recent interest in HBCUs because it's definitely a college experience that you cannot get at a regular 4-year college. But there's absolutely no HBCUs that are close by, or I mean, like, even if there was close, I feel like it's not the same experience as if you are to go to an HBCU in the South, or, you know, one of the Florida HBCUs. And I think it's really dope that a lot of my friends are going to, or they want to go to HBCUs, because it honestly gives me an excuse to go up there and visit them, check out the school a little bit, get somewhat still an insider of what it's like to be a college student at a HBCU. My overall view on college is that it's not necessary. At least to an extent, not for me, it's not necessary. Depending on your career, college is not necessary. There are lots of successful people who have gotten places without college. And since day one, schools have been implementing that college is so important and you need to pay for a higher education. But a degree does not guarantee a job. It doesn't guarantee an opportunity. Or actually, it does guarantee an opportunity. You have a little bit more of an opportunity to do certain things when you have a degree in what you're trying to do. A lot of people go to college and don't even end up doing what they studied for, which in my opinion is a waste of money. My whole life I've been interested in film and wanted to be a director. Literally, I don't remember a time that I didn't want to do that and I wanted to be a chef. Like, no, I never wanted to be anything but a creator. So I hope that when I go to college, college doesn't ruin that drive of wanting to do what I want to do. College is not the end all be all, but personally for me, I just don't see myself not going to college. I considered taking a gap year before I fully went in, and I would only graduate a year after all my friends. Like, that's not that big of a deal, because some of them are probably gonna be doctors and be in school till they 58, which is, oh, being a doctor, I do not know how y'all stay in school that long, because that's a lot. And you can ask anybody, honestly, when people start to talk about college and school, they make it seem like you have to go to college to be successful. You do not have to go to college to be successful. And again, getting your degree in whatever you majored in is not a guarantee for a job. or a specific, it's not a guarantee for a specific opportunity that you're trying to reach. It might get you somewhere closer than the next guy, but it's definitely not the only way. The sun is almost down. I've been talking for a long time. Personally, for me, I'm really excited for college. I feel like LMU isn't necessarily a great place for a college experience, but college is college. Every college experience is going to be different in general. I think that I gravitated, or I still do gravitate towards UCLA and USC the most, because that's what we were exposed to the most. Those are the schools that we toured every other school year, and they said these are your schools that you want to go to. They kind of made it seem not necessarily like it was your only option in California, but they made it seem like this is the best, these are the two best places you can go. I don't want to live on the dorms, but a lot of the time freshmen have to live on the dorms, or their scholarship makes them live on the dorms. But if I can avoid it at all costs, I would like to live off campus. I'm excited to just be a college student. That's just so inspiring to me, to say that I've made it this far. For me, graduating high school is like, yeah, you graduated high school, all your work has led up to this, but I feel like if I don't go to college, I'm not finishing the final stretch. And I just think it's so weird that we have to pay for college and stuff. My high school experience, the more knowledge that I got, how important grades are. I've always been good at school and I've always gotten good grades, but every year I try to get better and better, because it gives me more opportunities for a scholarship, so I can pay the least money as possible. Like, who wants to pay that much money? So yeah, I know that was so long. I didn't even get through all the topics, but I'll be sure to make another video like this, because it was really nice to just sit down and talk about my opinions on certain things. I guess that is the end of this video. Please let me know if you guys want more chit chat videos, because otherwise I don't know what you guys want. I don't know what you guys want to watch. If you liked it, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to check out my other content. It's kind of entertaining too. And yeah, don't forget, my clothing line is dropping June 9th, 2020. Set the date. The Nightmare Clothing on Instagram. Like, why wouldn't you want some of this dopeness? Y'all have an awesome day. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.